Motivation is a liar. It shows up when you don't need it and disappears the second you do. You've felt this. You watch one video, you feel that fire, you tell yourself tonight's the night everything changes. Then 3 days later, you're back on the couch, scrolling, wondering where that fire went. Here's the truth nobody tells you. It didn't go anywhere. It was never yours to keep. And the people who actually changed their lives figured that out a long time ago. Think about the most disciplined person you know. Maybe it's someone who works out every single day, rain or shine. Maybe it's someone who reads every night without fail. Do you really think they feel inspired every single time? They don't. Most days they feel exactly like you do right now. Tired, unmotivated, wanting to skip it. The difference is they never made motivation a requirement. They built something stronger underneath it. Let's talk about why motivation fails you in the first place. Motivation is an emotion. And emotions are temporary by design. They're meant to spike and fade. If your entire plan depends on an emotion showing up on command, you've built your future on something you can't control. That's not a personal failure. That's just how brains work. The problem isn't you. The problem is the system you were taught to rely on. So what do disciplined people rely on instead? Identity. Not, I want to go to the gym today, but I am someone who shows up no matter what. That shift sounds small, but it changes everything. When motivation disappears, and it will, identity doesn't ask how you feel. It just asks, is this who you are? And when the answer is yes, you move. Not because you're excited, because it's just what you do now. Here's the second thing. Disciplined people don't wait to feel ready. They've learned that action comes first and feeling follows. You don't need to feel motivated to start. You need to start, and motivation often shows up after, almost as a reward for moving. Think about the last time you didn't want to do something, but 5 minutes in, you were locked in. That's not an accident. That's how momentum actually works. Starting is the hardest part because your brain resists the unknown. Once you're moving, resistance drops fast. This is where most people get it backwards. They wait for the mood to strike. They wait to feel like it. But feelings are reactive, not proactive. If you wait for the right feeling, you'll be waiting forever. Because your brain is wired to protect you from effort, not push you toward growth. Disciplined people don't fight that wiring with willpower. They sidestep it with small, almost laughably easy first steps. Not, write the report. Just open the laptop, not run 5 miles. Just put on your shoes. The goal isn't to do the whole thing. The goal is to remove the friction of starting. Now let's talk about burnout, because this is where a lot of people quietly give up. Burnout usually isn't from doing too much. It's from relying on intensity instead of consistency. People go all in for a week, crash, feel guilty, and quit completely. Disciplined people play a longer game. They'd rather do something small every day than something huge once and nothing for 2 weeks. 5 minutes a day, every day, will always beat an hour once in a while. Not because 5 minutes is impressive, but because it's repeatable. And repeatable is what actually builds a life. There's also this idea of self-doubt that creeps in, especially late at night when you're replaying everything you didn't get done. You start thinking, maybe you're just not built for this. Maybe other people have something you don't. But discipline isn't a personality trait some people are born with and others aren't. It's a skill. And skills are built through repetition, not talent. Every person you admire for their discipline built it the same boring way, one small choice, repeated, on days they didn't feel like it. That's the whole secret. There isn't a hidden trick. The trick is doing it anyway, especially when it's inconvenient. Let's bring this together. The most disciplined people don't have more motivation than you. They've just stopped depending on it. They build their actions around identity, not emotion. They focus on starting, not finishing, because starting is what removes the resistance. They choose consistency over intensity, because burnout kills more goals than laziness ever does. And they understand that discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you practice slowly, one small rep at a time. So here's what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, tonight. Pick one thing, something tiny, something almost too small to matter. Not the whole workout, just the first stretch. Not the whole chapter, just one page. Not the whole project, just opening the file. Do that one small thing tonight, regardless of how you feel. Because tonight is where it actually starts. Not when you feel ready. Not when motivation shows up. Right now, with whatever energy you have left. That's the moment everything quietly begins to shift.